Hi, my name is Jaime. I am a recent initiate in the Priestess Path program, inspirationally guided by Marcella McBride, and I wanted to share with you some insights and thoughts from my experiences in the hopes that some of it may resonate with you. So, if anything that I share sort of strikes a chord with you and makes you go, I felt that way too, then this program and the path may be something that you might want to consider. So, about a year ago, I realized that I felt stuck in almost every single aspect of my life. Personally, professionally, emotionally, physically, just every single way I felt stuck. And have you ever had that feeling where when you look in the mirror, you see yourself, but you don't recognize yourself? And you stand there going, I'm not sure who this person is anymore. That was me. That was exactly what I was feeling almost a year ago, exactly. And I knew that something needed to change. And I just wasn't sure what it was, but I was open to asking for help. And a year before, I had attended one of Marcella's sessions on the Priestess Path program, and it really resonated with me. But at the time, I wasn't ready to say yes to it. I just wasn't ready to commit or to maybe own all the things that might need to shift in order for me to fix the things that were broken in my life. And so even though I talked with Marcella at the time and we explored the possibility of me joining the program, it just wasn't the right fit. And all these different roadblocks showed up and I wasn't willing to kind of work through them. But fast forward a year to a year ago, and for whatever reason, I knew deep down that the time was right. So I reached out to Marcella again and I said, I think the time is now and I want to be in this program. What do we need to do? And I signed up. And lo and behold, around that time, I also started just showing up for myself, if you know what I mean. I started carving out time for myself, listening to my thoughts and feelings a little bit more, going to yoga more, journaling more, sitting quietly more, just really tuning in to what my needs were as opposed to the needs of everybody else in my life, which is how I'd lived my previous 40 years. And I just really started listening and discovered that there was this deep longing inside of me for more. And I didn't know what the more was, but I knew that I wasn't living the life that my heart felt I should be living. So the program started for me in September of last year. And I was so excited, and I showed up the first day just sort of like overflowing with energy, ready to make changes happen, and just kind of put my heart out there with the incredible group of women that I was lucky enough and cosmically aligned enough to go through the program with, and just shared all the different hurts and the things that in my life just felt off and all the ways in which I wanted change to happen. And it was an incredible day together. And we did this manifestation worksheet, which I'm sure you'll do, which is incredible, where you kind of map out what do you want to see happen in your life. And I had this longing for adventure and creativity and inspiration, and wrote out my goals and hopes about developing a book, and just poured my heart into this idea and gave myself permission to want and to dream. And interestingly enough, the next day after that intro workshop, my husband told me that he wanted a divorce. And we'd been circling around this topic for some time, so it wasn't a complete shock, but it still threw me for a loop. And I'm not going to say that saying yes to the program was a catalyst for what happened, but I absolutely will tell you that without having said yes to the program and the tools and resources that became available to me and the women that were in the program with me, I would not have navigated the transformation that unfolded from him telling me he wanted a divorce as effectively and authentically and centered as I did. So that next day, basically my life unraveled around me. And oddly, even though I was devastated and hurt, I also had this weird sense of peace because I'd already said yes to and opened myself to a process that I knew was going to give me tools to help me navigate through whatever was going to come. And here I was on day one with, holy shit, like never in my wildest dreams would I have imagined that this would be the first like unfolding of challenges. And yet I felt really confident that I could navigate through that because I was equipping myself with resources and tools and people that were going to guide me. And so the next 9 months of that program were just this incredible gift that I had no idea the degree to which I needed. But the pillars in the program and the workshops and the insights and the feminine camaraderie and support were honestly exactly what I needed at every single step in my journey. And all I had to do was surrender to it and say yes, even though it didn't really make sense to me in the beginning why I was doing that. I just knew that my heart was saying, yes, I need this. And I was ready to listen to my heart in a way that I'd been ignoring it for several years. And so now, today, almost a year later, I am talking to you from a rented flat in the United Kingdom. And I am currently homeless, or as I like to say, living a untethered and bohemian lifestyle because I have surrendered myself to the unknown of the amazing world and universe that is out there. And I'm in week 2 of a 6-month journey around the world in the UK, exploring new passions and new interests and new ideas and career opportunities that never in my wildest dreams would I have considered 9 or 12 months ago. I'm enjoying a glass of wine and I just ate some great curry and I just had a piece of chocolate and I'm listening to some music and I feel so at home in who I am. And now when I look in the mirror, I'm like, yeah, I like her. Wait, no, I love her. And I recognize her. And she's the crazy girl